ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಹೂಡಿಕೆದಾರರ ಸಮಾವೇಶ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಅದ್ದೂರಿಯಾಗಿ ಚಾಲನೆ ಕೊಡಲಾಯಿತು. ಮೊದಲ ದಿನವೇ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಹರಿದು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಹೂಡಿಕೆ ಸಮಾವೇಶದ ಎರಡನೇ ದಿನ. ಸ್ವಯಂ ಚಾಲಿತ ಕಾರುಗಳು ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಚಾರ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿನ ಬಹುದೊಡ್ಡ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನವಾಗಲಿದೆ ಎಂದು ಮರ್ಸಿಡೀಸ್ ಬೆಂಜ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಾಪಕ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಾಹಕ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಅಯ್ಯರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕಾರುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ 68% ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಹಣ ಬೇರೆಡೆ ಬಳಕೆಯಾಗುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಉಳಿಯಲು ಕಾರಣವಾಗಿದೆ ಎಂದು ರಿವರ್ ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿಯ ಸಹ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕ ಮತ್ತು ಸಿಇಒ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಮಣಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ಟಣೆ ತಗ್ಗಿಸುವುದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯವೋ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದ ನಗರಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಿಸುವುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಇದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಆಚೆಗೂ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯಲು ನೆರವಾಗಲಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಹನಗಳ ಹೊಗೆಯನ್ನು ತಗ್ಗಿಸುವಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ಎಂದರು.
We seem to be sort of forgetting that we're here for the great outdoors that Bangalore actually presents us. And our ability to sort of interact with the city is because of the ambient condition that it presents. But we're sort of trying to drown that out by forcing a mobility model that is alien to India and is probably not the best for a setup like Bangalore. As we were discussing, the Economist featured 15-minute cities in the most recent edition, and there wasn't a single Indian city in the top 50. I think Mumbai was the one that scored the highest among, and I think that was also in the 30 to 40-minute range was where the accessibility was. So the primary challenge in India is most people are actually looking to get around using the cheapest form of mobility. And for most people, that is unfortunately a two-wheeler because it kind of breaks even with the fares that you typically have in buses. And the bus service is just not there. So effectively, we've seen a motorized mobility system, private mobility system, where 75% of the vehicles on the road are two-wheelers on account of the lack of four-wheelers. And that has then driven, this development of the city as well. And I would argue that we have to sort of go back and explore what exactly is the reason why we live in urban areas, what is the services that we want of urban areas, and how do we interact with the spaces in urban areas? Unless we sort of do that, we will always be chasing something that the West has, but in reality, the West already has moved away. And the example that comes to mind is Norway, which today is the leader when it comes to electric vehicle penetration in many ways, four-wheelers even. But the expectation in Norway is that by the course of 2035, they are hoping to make large parts of their city even motorized vehicle free, which basically means that they're moving further away from just restricting ICE vehicles. It's actually even just restricting EVs. Whereas here we are trying to play catch up. So when will we realize that in geographies like in Bangalore, which are amenable for cycling, walking, and active mobility outside, we don't want to destroy it by trying and forcing motorized mobility forms. Of course, there's a role for motorized mobility, and I think that's what we'll be discussing. So the primary problem is we need to